Hi, everybody, and welcome to EnsureDR. EnsureDR is the recovery platform for AWS DRS. Basically, this is the platform that will actually verify that you can recover in case of emergency, in case of a real catastrophe that occurs on production, and you need your DR in this crisis to hold all your infrastructure. So EnsureDR is the tool that will make sure that this happens. EnsureDR for AWS DRS is basically the solution that will automatically test your DR site and produce automatic recovery reports, so you can rest assured and know that your DR could be recovered fully in any time. So basically, we are connecting to the DRS replication mechanism, and we deploy the EnsureDR machines in the cloud in AWS, and through our SaaS application, we basically test your VMs, your EC2 instances, and make sure they're powered on and running. So what is new? What can you expect from the new version? So the first exciting feature is the launch templates. Basically, we are allowing the user to set the launch template from EnsureDR and save it, so you have your testing launch template and live failover launch template, and you can rest assured that this is the launch template that is working for you, and you can use it throughout the test and, of course, throughout live recovery. So this is a great new feature because it's a little bit clunky in AWS, and now in EnsureDR it helps you do it for all of your VMs. Back-in-time auto test ensures that you can recover back in time in the event of a disaster, and not just to the most recent point in time. You will be able to verify your ability to recover from ransomware attacks, where the only way to recover is to restore the system to its previous state. Automatic back-in-time recovery will be performed by EnsureDR throughout the year. You can also do a live failover to a selected snapshot, and that way, if you had a ransomware attack during the period before the snapshot was taken, then you can take an older snapshot and still recover. We have a nice feature to control the boot order of the groups inside your system, which is also something new, and we added some features to ease the initial setup of EnsureDR. So let's jump right into the demo. So basically, this is our SaaS system. If you get here, this is after you already registered through the AWS Marketplace. If you have trouble logging in, you can use the support form, so we can reset your password or help you with that. All you need to do is fill out your email and send it to us, and we will assist. Here you need to type your email and password and put it in. Okay, so this is the EnsureDR jobs management screen. From here, you can create new jobs and run them or edit them. As you might know, a job is basically a running unit of DRS. So basically, you can create a job and run it multiple times. For example, this job was run twice. Initially, it failed, but then I changed some things and it succeeded. You can see when you run a job, you can see its latest run and browse for previous runs. And if I will go to the full report, I can get more advanced data on my job. So let's edit the job so we can see the interesting new features. The first one is that when you edit the job, You can see that I got to the device selection and test selection screen. I didn't have to go through initial setup anymore. This is also something new, so it's very easy. From here, I can already save and run it. I could, if I want to go back to the initial steps, I could still do that, but this is only if I want to add additional regions to my system or change the user or password or something. Here we also added a very nice guide that helps you to set up the system initially. Of course, it appears when you first set up the system, but you can also do it later, like I'm doing right now. During an edit, we added a CloudFormation template to create the roles automatically. You have here a guide that will explain to you how to use the CloudFormation template. And if you click here, basically it will take you to the CloudFormation page, and you can upload the YAML file of the CloudFormation directly here by just creating a stack. Here you can upload the template. Okay, so that's it. Of course, you still also have the option to create the roles manually. So we have a guide here how to create the roles manually. But again, I did that already, so can dive in directly to the main screen. Again, this is my only screen from now on. Even if I go back to jobs here, and I create a job, I no longer need to do anything. I just get to this page, and from here I would be able to save and run it. For example, I will move those two VMs here, and from here I can just save and run it and start my job. I don't need to wait. But before I do that, I want to show you another nice feature. So let me edit the groups here. Let's just change the name of the groups to DB, and this is web. And I will set some of the VMs to the new groups. This is DB, and this is web. I will move them to the right, so they will take part of the job. And now you can see that I have three groups here. Group 7, which is the original one that I moved, DB that I just created, and web that I just created. And I have a nice option here to control the boot order of those groups. So for example, if I want the database to come first, because all the other groups rely on that, and I just drag and drop it here, and I save it, and basically EnsureDR will make sure that from a failover perspective, the database will failover first, and the others will follow. Here on the right-hand side, you can see a very nice way to control the launch templates. Okay, so right now I'm on the default, but I can decide and create a new version. So I can control the type of the instance, which obviously controls the CPU, the memory, and the disk. For example, I can choose this one, and I can decide what is the size of the storage. Let's say that I want a little bit more. I can control the VPCs, the subnets, and the security groups. Okay, so once I'm done, basically it will create this new version. You can see it was loading, and now this new version of the launch template exists, and it will be used for this run. So it's a very nice way to create a launch template. You saw I had here like 5, 6 EC2 instances. I could have here 20 or 200, and still you have one place that basically you created it, and it affects the group. Another nice thing that I can control now is the snapshot. This is the job and schedule screen, so you could control here the email address that you send your report to. You can set a schedule for your job, so it will run automatically every week, every day, or whenever you want. And now we added a nice option to select a snapshot, so you can go back in time. The default, of course, is the latest, so it will take the current version, but you can go back in time 1 hour, 4 hours, 48 hours, or take the oldest snapshot that you have. DRS takes snapshots all the time automatically for you. Obviously this is very good in case of a ransomware attack or any other incident that you would like to go back in time. So basically, this I'm good to go after I did all those changes, so I can click save and run now, and basically the job will start running. And this is with all the details I just created. I basically created the launch template. I selected the snapshots, and all of this will be taken into account in the run. By the way, I can show you some indications. Previous jobs, you have here an indication that, for example, this job used the oldest snapshot. Okay, so you can know how well does your oldest snapshot covers in this case. Another nice thing to see about the snapshots, that when you decide to run a job, not only to create a job like I showed you, when you're trying to run a job, you have running a snapshot option. For example, here, I can run either a test or a live failover. If I run a test, I can select here to which snapshot I want to test, just like I did it when I created a job. But for the job creation, this is embedded into the job. For this specific run, it will run on 12-hour previously snapshot. So this is like an ad hoc selection, and you can do the same for live failover, right? So if you want to run a live failover, you can also do it for a snapshot, and this is of course very useful, as I said in the beginning, for ransomware attack or anything that threatens your production right now, but you know that 12 hours ago, 48 hours ago, it was fine. So you can do a live failover for your snapshot and you will be in great shape. Thanks for watching this video. For any question, please contact us at EnsureDR.com.